Hello friends, this is Kara Renee with Be Reborn Art and Healing. Your creative studio reached out to me again and asked me if I would like to do another unboxing and a project using their supplies. So I don't know what's in this box, so we're going to open it together. I did already cut the seals open just so I didn't have to deal with a sharp object on camera. But let's take a look, and what I'll do is I'll show you what's in the box, and then I will come back and we'll do a project, and I'll just marry those two pieces up into the same video. So let's take a peek. I thought I had it open. Did I? I did. There we go. They are always packaged so beautifully with this paper, and I just love it. I always try to get it off without ripping it. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to lift this whole thing out of here so that we're not dealing with the box. Okay, and I'm going to move this paper. Alrighty, let's see what we have. Oh, it looks like it's a vintagey thing. This looks like washi tape. Time postcard. It looks like washi tape. That's really pretty. Very neutral. And then traveling in the old days. What is this? What is this? Oh, we've got some. Oh, these are cool. Look at these labels. Very vintagey. I love them. Oh, State of Alaska. Isn't that cool? We're going to Yellowstone. I'm so excited. We're not going as far as Singapore, or Spain. These are for people that can travel to beautiful exotic places. So there is that one. So let's open up the stamps. I do like to try to preserve these envelopes because I like to use them. So let's see if we can do that. I'm just going to cut these three open and then we'll move on. I was glad that they reached out. I completely forgot about them. I did an unboxing the last time around and it just fell off my radar, so I'll make sure that we do a project at the end of this video, which probably won't be the same day because I'll need to plan this, but I thought I would do the unboxing and do the project in the same video. There we go. So we got three, looks like 3 cling stamps. So what are these? Oh, there's more than, this is a Mexico stamp, and this one is a picture of some pretty lady. Oh, I remember that when you take this extra shiny thing off, sometimes you can see it better on the camera. That's really cool. Let me do the same with this one. Very cool. I love it. I like to save those, so we will save those. Oh, there's more than one stamp in each package. Oh, look at this. It's a letter one with that hand. Isn't that cool? Sweet. And then this one is, what is this? Oh, balloons. They look like World War II balloons, or a balloon. I don't know what you call that kind of balloon. You guys might know better than me. And then let's see. Oh, there's so many stamps. That's 4 right there, and there's 2 more in here. So sweet. Oh, and there's another one. This almost feels like it's a letter writing kind of kit. I don't know. And then a stamp. It's got roses on it. That's really pretty. Very cool. Did I take the shiny? Yeah, I did. Okay, let's see what's in here. Alrighty, what is this? Interesting papers. Yeah, this almost looks like it's a traveling one, or I think she said vintage, but those are cool little faux envelopes. I love that. Little post. Oh, look at those. Everything I could ever tell you. Oh, those are cool. This is everything I didn't say. Very cool. I like the small size of these. Oh, look at the butterflies. Very pretty. And there's usually at least 2 of something in every box. Usually more than 2. just gonna, I don't want to get these out of order, so I'm gonna try to hold them. Beautiful, beautiful. Postmark 1906. Very cool. Very cool. I love these. It'd be fun to utilize these and make some tags out of them for some of the projects we have coming up. So I'm going to set that over there. And then these are always really cool. It's like a book of paper. Oh, look at this. Oh, you know what I'm going to do with this? We're going to make some ephemera. Little journal. We're going to make a little journal out of that. Look at that. Memory postmark. Very cool. I love their packaging. Absolutely love it. So let's see. I'm going to hold it this way just because I can hold it all in one hand. So there's a lot of each one of these. There's 3 of that one. So it looks like 3 of each of these. They're like a letter, vintage letter. So the box must be vintage style. I think she said that. I can't quite recall off the top of my head, but look at those papers. Again, great for collaging, creating clusters and whatnot. And I love that they have all these different tones of paper, all these different colors that just really create a lot of interest. I love that one. Really rich and dark from, I can't even read where it's from. Interesting. Very cool. Oh, I like that one too. Love it. Love it. And for the amount that you get, I'll put the links and everything down below in the description box, but for what you get in here, it is a lot of bang for your buck. I can tell you that right now. I have so much Your Creative Studio stuff in my studio. I need to probably organize it a little bit better so that it's one of those things that needs to be more accessible. So this is a very cool little bit. Can we? I'm not going to try to do that. I don't like twine, so I don't tend to hold on to that. Got a little doily. And then, oh, look at all this fun stuff. Sorry for all the flipping and flopping. This is a very cool bag, though. It's plastic. It's not cellophane. Very cool. That would make a fun piece of ephemera. Okay, let's see. Oh, these are stickers. Oh, look at that. A doll. Oh, man, look at that. So cool. There's 2 of those. I love their stickers. These are very cool. Different shapes. So there's 2 of that one. There's 2 of that one. It looks like this might be upside down, but that's okay. So very, very cool. Poison. Ooh, I don't want any poison. Antidote. Maybe somebody's ill. Oh, that's really cool. A little bit of toast and jam. Yeah, these are turned upside down for me. That's okay. Oh, a little old building, vintage building. It looks like it's on the dock. Or it's downtown, but it's on the water. Very Queen of Hearts. So very, very cool stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Very cool. Okay, so let's just speed ahead here. Lots of cool stuff in here. I love these stickers. Oh, look at that. We're familiar with her. We see her everywhere, don't we? Sorry for that light shining or something shining on my surface here. Oh, that's really cool. Very, very nice. Love it. Okay, I do have them somewhat sorted in some little acrylic drawers, but I need to have a better system and maybe have them in a drawer by me and not across the room. Even though the room is not very big, it's still not where I can reach. So very, very cool ephemera. And then we've got all the paper bits as well, all different kinds of paper bits there. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at those tiny, tiny labels. Love it. So great for making ephemera. Oh my gosh. So fun. Love it. Oh, look at that postcard. That's really cool. 1924. Oh, I love it. Very, very cool box. Okay, and then, oh, what is this? These are more stamps. These are more stamps, and they're in a cool package too. Another great, this would make a great, let's see how big it is. It's 5, it's a little bit too big. Oh man, what could we do with that? It's 5.5. We'll see. This is very cool. A little bit of postage. You can never have too much postage stamps. So these are clear stamps, rubber stamps, or silicone rather. That's very cool. And then what do we have here? Oh, very neat. These are stickers, I believe. They're somewhat transparent, so that's really cool. We'll be able to use those in some journals that we're making. Fun, fun. Oh, look at this. What is this? They're stickers, but it's like cotton, this paper. Look at those labels. So stinking cool. Looks like this might be a big one. Oh, that's a little one. I don't want to mess these up though. Hang on. But those are really cool. They're different shapes. Look at that. Awesome possum. I love that one. I haven't seen this particular thing. Yeah, very cool. Okay, what is this? Oh, let's see. We've got scenic something or other. My eyes do not read that small. These look to be rub-ons. Oh, they're rub-ons. I love rub-ons. I watched a video. It's on my list of things to try. How you can make your own rub-ons. Look at those. Oh, they're all different. Look at those. Oh, I love those. Maybe I'll make a little journal of our Yellowstone trip. That would be fun. Very cool. I'll put my little scratchy thing up there. And then this is the paper. It always comes with a pack of paper that contains 6 sticker paper, 6 vellum, 6 art, and 6 pattern. So they're different weights and such. Look at that. I love these cards too. I have so many of these in my recycled drawer. But this is very different, but I think I like it. I think I like it. So that's the thicker paper. So this is probably the art paper. And then this is a heavier paper. Or is this the sticker paper? No, that's just the paper, I think. Sometimes, yeah, that's just the regular paper. These are very cool. I think I should make a journal for our trip. Maybe I will. Oh, I love that one. Okay, so those are those papers, and then this is the vellum, and it's one of each kind of paper. So this is the vellum, so very transparent, very fun. I love vellum, you know. Oh, I love this. I'm going to make a journal. It probably will only be like a 1 signature journal because I don't really want to put too much focus into it. But maybe we'll do, maybe we'll use some of this to put on the cover or something and have that be the project. Very, very cool. And then this is the pattern paper, I believe. I never could tell what's the difference between the art paper and the pattern paper because they're both patterned, but one is thicker. But you can see they are the same images repeated, which is really fun. And then this is the really light paper. Okay, where's the sticker? Those other ones must have been sticker paper. What? Let me try that again. Yeah, these are sticker paper. These are all the stickers. Let's try that again. You can tell by the white, so see if we can. Yeah, there we go. So this is the sticker paper. So very, very cool. Okay, I know what I'm going to do now. It's going to take me a bit to get this, so I'll just save this clip and come back and marry the next segment up for you all. But this is the Your Creative Studio box for, I didn't even look to see what month it is. Let me check. Usually it says it on the box. It's kind of covered over by the label here. Yeah, it's covered by the label. I need to find out though, because I need to be able to link it. So I'll work on that. Let's see if I can pull that off. It's vintage 0124. So that was January of 24, which is okay. All their stuff is fantastic. So I'll take a cool photo of all this stuff all splayed out on my table. And I'll be back and we're going to make a journal cover. So I'll see you soon. Okay, we are back for the next segment of this video, and we're going to be working on a cover for my travel journal. So I have done some prep work. I took some corrugated cardboard and I gessoed it, put some paint on it, some Nicolazo yellow and raw umber, and we're going to use that as the base for our topper. And then we're going to use some of the beautiful bits from the subscription box from Your Creative Studio that I just shared. So we've got some sticker stamps, we've got a bit of postcard, some map, some script. I'm not sure what of this I'm going to use. I'm really trying to bring out the yellows in this, although a lot of that's not going to show, but I thought I would just pull out a few things from the box that we might like to use. So this morning I went ahead and made my cover. So it's a little bit rough. I'm not used to working with such thin fabric, so I did use some heat and bond on the back of my fabric, and that helped it to not just be a sloppy, gluey, mess through the fabric. So this is going to be a great neutral base. I'm not sure, I probably will want to put something underneath this, but I'm not sure what at this point. So I might delay actually gluing it on, but the way a topper works is you're able to create your beautiful cover without the commitment of doing it directly on your base. So it gives you a little bit of freedom to explore what you like, and if you make a mistake, you don't have to use it, right? Whereas if you do it right on the cover, you're kind of committed, and sometimes that's not a good scene. So I've got that, and then I also purchased a couple of kits. Let me just show you, since I've got it all out here. It's not all cut out yet, but I ordered from a kit from with a Wild Sunflower 1233 that I use her stuff a lot because I love all these labels. In fact, we need to probably pull out a label here to use. And then I've got some quotes that I purchased from Altered States, and then let's see what we've got here for our journal pages. So we've got this. I think I bought a couple different kits. I got one that's background collage stuff. But these are some of the pages that are going to go in the journal. It's going to be a 2-signature journal. I've never made a travel journal before that I've kept for myself. The idea is to keep it for myself. I don't think I'm going to get it done this week because we leave on Saturday for our trip. But you never know what can happen, right? So this is going to be part of our base because I really like that, again, that yellow. And if I use this, I can retain a lot of that grunginess that we just created. And then I'm thinking this is too big now that I'm looking at this. So I might take a moment and print this again smaller. So I probably will do that. In fact, let me go ahead and do that now. I'm so sorry for that interruption, but I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did with this is I just... the other one that I just had, this was printed 2 to a page, and this is printed 4 to a page, so I'm getting a smaller image. So I'm going to just cut this out really quick so we're ready to rock and roll. I should have prepared a little bit better before I turn the camera on, but I'm a little bit sideways these last few days with the flooding in Texas, and my heart is heavy. And one of my grandson rolled his truck yesterday, and he is okay, but it just felt like, that extra thing that just feels like, oh my gosh, like, can this stuff stop? It's just a lot emotionally, and I'm not really processing it very well. So let me just finish cutting this out. So yeah, normally when a tragedy like that happens in the world, I don't I mean, I'm affected and my heart hurts, but I'm able to just go to prayer, and I just get in that place of just that constant petitioning for the situation. But this time it's just grabbed my heart. I think I have a pretty good idea why. So I'm processing that as well, and it's deeply emotional. So I thought this would be really cute on there. Look at that, because it's got all the colors that are so cool. But we want to do a little bit of collage here. So I'm thinking actually I want to do a little bit of rough tearing on this image. So I'm going to grab my tear ruler here. And it means we're going to be shrinking this image a little bit more, but it's a little bit too perfect. So let me do that. I'm going to tear it down a little bit in width as well. Just feel like it might be a little bit big because our collaging, we're going to do some collage behind it. So, or that's the idea at this point. So then we've got this, and then we've got this beautiful image. Oh yeah, that's better. So let's think about some collaging behind this piece. So I thought it would be fun to layer up some of these papers from your Creative Studio. So this reminds me of the paper or the fabric there. So I thought this would be a fun one to try to incorporate. So I'm going to try to not overthink this. And in fact, I'm just going to do a rough tear. I love that with that little bit of postage there. So I'm going to try to preserve that a little bit. So if you're interested in your Creative Studio, the links will be down below in the description box. As I mentioned before, they are a very, they're well worth the money. Now, they just send them to me, and we've been doing this for a couple of years. But they're affordable, and they come with a ton of stuff. So as you saw in the beginning of the video, and I apologize, it's a couple days later from when I actually filmed that part, but that looks amazing. I feel like I need to make this a little bit rougher here. So I'm just going to give it a tear, and I'm just going to pull that little notch out. Give it a little bit of interest there. Let's go ahead and ink this up as well, so we can kind of, sometimes it takes that for me to kind of get inspired for the next thing. Okay, that is a good start. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so that you've got that, and then we've got some vellum I wanted to definitely get in here. That's got some really beautiful elements over here on this side, like the camera and stuff. So I thought that we would use that. So I'm going to go ahead and just tear this here. And let's just tear here. And we'll just rough tear this to see where we land. So some of the things in the kits I bought don't really fit the trip that we're doing. It's kind of, the images are kind of all over the place, but I thought, we're going to a national park, so I thought it was okay. Yeah, that's really cool. We can see those cameras and a little squirrel. So I'm going to tear below the squirrel because I want to not lose that little fella. I did capture a little squirrel that just stood at the park and just looked at me today at the river. It was kind of fun. So let's just ink that edge up as well. So it is Sunday, July the 6th, and I need to get a bunch of videos done because I'm gone for the whole week from Sunday to Friday. Or we actually leave Saturday afternoon. I have to go to a memorial. I'm going to a memorial service on Saturday and then leaving straight when I get home. So, oh, that's really pretty. I love that. I love that. So I feel like this needs to come over just a bit more. We'll start gluing once we have a little bit better idea what we're doing. Now I do want to tear this so it doesn't show under that edge. So just going to do that so that it doesn't peek out the bottom. Okay. And then I want to get, I want to think about if there's anything that we want behind this. I'm actually thinking not. I think this is going to be really, really beautiful like that without putting anything in between this piece of paper and that base. So let's see what else your Creative Studio has for us here. I love the postcard as well. So I thought it would be fun to add just this edge maybe. We'll see. It's on a really, really lightweight paper, which is always nice for collage work. Tearing that little bit of an edge is tricky though. How was your guys' 4th of July? Ours was strange. It was just hard. Everything felt hard. And yeah. And then the kids are all bigger, and so, you know, nothing really feels the same anymore. Everybody's getting so grown up, and we used to host and like everybody came, like we had so much company, and now it's just not the same. So I was grieving that too. I was grieving a lot of things on the day and in the days following the 4th. So it's, you know, when seasons change, you know, in our lives in terms of, you know, our children and our grandchildren, and it can be hard to adjust, you know, and embrace that new season and what it means and doesn't mean. So I think that's lovely. And that inked edge just always is the finishing touch, right? Look at that. So we're losing a lot of that base, but that's okay. That's part of the journey. And so then this one will go here, and then our thing will go here, roughly. So let's start gluing down this stuff. I am wondering if we want any, I don't think I want to even put any fabric or lace or anything on this. I don't think it needs it. So when I glue this down, I'm going to get it really close to this edge because I just want to see that layer, that layering there. So I've got my Fabri-Tac here. So again, I'm going to bump it right up. I want to see that little chink piece of paper we took out there. I don't want that to be wasted. So that looks pretty good. I love those postage lines showing. Now this, I'm going to get my glue stick because I found it works pretty darn good for vellum. So, and it doesn't leave any glue lines. So let me just glue that up. Kind of sad I decided not to do Junk Journal July, but I just, with being gone, it's just a lot of pressure for me, and I didn't want to start something that I couldn't really fully participate in. So I'm just going to really pull that over. And the beauty of vellum, which I talk about often, why is that not sticking down? That's strange. Is that it's transparent, so you can see the layers underneath. So through this beautiful vellum from your Creative Studio, you can see the postal mark there from the paper underneath, as well as some of the bits over here. So it's always a great element. Okay, and then let's see if there's anything else we want to stick there. There's also these stickers here that I thought were really cool. I pulled one off. I need to set that over there so it doesn't fall off. But I'm thinking I would like to put one of these on here as well. Maybe one with the green stamp. But let's go ahead and put this on first. And then we'll go, oh, this should have been trimmed off as well. See if I can do that. Post. And then this is not sticking, so apparently did not get enough glue stick. Look at that, it's coming right off. I wonder if it's the surface underneath, you know, because the paper underneath has got an interesting top surface, and it might be fun to sew around this. I might do that. Should we do that? I think we should. It'll take me a minute to get the sewing machine over to do that, but I think we will do that. Okay, so that will go there. Oh, so lovely. I just want to pull that over. Now we're covering up our little guys that we had up here. We're not really seeing anything. That's okay. I wonder if we should trim this down just a smidge more. Let's do that. We can have the best of both worlds here. Oh yeah, I feel like I captured some things back that I liked. So, but I don't really like that stuff showing at the top, but then I don't like the stuff showing at the bottom either. So I'm going to see if I can pull that up and just tear that a little bit off. Kind of persnickety about that. That's stuck down good. I think we might have cleared that though. Yeah, I think we're good now. Yeah, okay. I love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and commit and glue this down as well. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. Depending on how the week goes, I might put the travel journal together. So we'll see. It'd be fun to have the kids write in it, you know, little notes about the trip. Our up north kids are, my son and his family are not going, but the local kids are, so it might be a fun thing. So I'm just going to pop that up there. I want that to be more evenish up at the top, and that looks amazing. Amazing. I find that your Creative Studio stuff works really good for collage because, like, the paper's pretty small. The papers measure, let's see, it looks like 4 3/4 by 8 1/4. So not terribly big pieces of paper, but they're great for small elements and ephemera. So what do we want from here? Got this postcard one. What is that? Oh, that's just a tiny little postcard. Little emblem there. Let's see, what is this? It's a small little bit. What is this? Oh, that might work. Yeah, because look, it's got a little hole. We could put a little eyelet in it. What do you think? I think so. Let's ink that up. I didn't realize, I thought that they were the shape of whatever was there, but they're not, which is perfectly fine. So where could we put this that we could actually have an eyelet coming off of it without covering up something that we like? We could go right through that. Actually, it's not going to be close enough to the edge. We could put an eyelet in it. It's going to be a little tricky to put anything in it, but let's go ahead and do it in case I can make a way as I move along through this process. So I'm going to go ahead and set an eyelet here in that little hole. You think you're just taking an eyelet out, Renee? I don't know. There we go. It is a sticker, so fighting with that a little bit. Now, what we could do is tie a little bit of sari silk or seam binding on there. Let me grab and see if I've got a color that would help bring out some of the colors we're trying to really emulate here. I think I've got a really beautiful orangish, yellowish orange. Oh, right there. Let's do that. Okay. And I think that really will help really accentuate that on the cover, that cardboard bit. So let's see. Just going to put that in there. And let's just tie a little bow. Let's just do it. By the time you see this video, you will see the first video in our summer ephemera extravaganza, where I'm using the sewing kits and the art studio kits. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. The papers are so inspiring. Incredibly inspiring. Okay, so let's make that a little bit smaller. Trying. Not that small on that side. Well, let's just go small on both. Okay, let's just trim that and trim that. Okay. Oh, so pretty. That was perfect. What a great idea, Cara Renee. And now I can just put some Fabri-Tac on the back of this sticker bit. Give it a little extra stick, a little bit extra glue on that seam binding. And we're going to put it right kind of up in that corner. I think that was a little higher than I was aiming for, but I think it's going to be okay. Just got a bunch of glue on my finger. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this over and see if we're feeling it. Yes, look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so the other question before we commit, we could put a little bit of something under here. So I'm going to grab that really loose gauzy stuff that we've been using in the library journal and see if we would like to add some of this underneath before we put this on. Let's just play around with it and see what we think. So it's really nice. It distorts really easily and kind of pulls and tears, and I think that would actually be really pretty. I think we should do that. I think we should. I'm just going to cut that little odd bit off. What do you think? Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a bunch of Fabri-Tac on here. And again, this is just corrugated cardboard. I gessoed over the top of it because cardboard is very absorbent, so I wanted to make sure that my paint didn't just soak that. And I've done that a lot, so if you want to see that process, you can check out my channel. I've got a lot of videos where I've done that on camera. So there we go. I feel, whoops, don't wipe it on there, Cara Renee. I feel like this is a little much down here. Let's see. Maybe not. It's got a little bit of a lighter bit on it, so I think we'll just let that be for now. And then we'll get this on here. We've got a little bit of white on there. I don't know what happened there. I might spot that with a little bit of raw umber paint later. But let's just go ahead and put this on. Commit. Sometimes you just got to commit. So just as a tutorial part of this, suggestion is when I kind of create these focal points and such, I'm looking again for tones. So you notice that I knew that I wanted that kind of golden yellow to be really prominent, and then I just kind of built around that. So I used the Nicolezo yellow on the base, and then we used this image, and then I wanted the stamps. I want that to be a theme in this journal, and so that's how you do it. Okay. And then here, I think what I'd like to do, this is kind of a curly bit, and I thought it might be fun to kind of bunch it up here a little bit. Let's see what we can do. See if we can kind of get it to curl up on that edge. Yeah, like that. I love it. Let me show you a close-up. closer up. So really cool. Okay, we are nearly done. So let's find pick one of those words. What did I do with all that stuff? Give me a second. Oh, and I forgot our little fuzzy cut that we cut out. We haven't used it yet. Where did it go? There it is. We definitely need this. So I'm just going to ink around that. I love this image. So, because see, this can kind of, this can kind of go, oh, maybe right there. I don't want it to cover up all the trees, so maybe like there. I always lean this way, but we've got this element up here, so this might be a good place for that. But I'm thinking if we put it there, I might want a little bit more of this scruffy, I think it's a gauze. Pretty sure it's just a gauze. And I'm going to cut that a little more and put it right there. Yes, yes. Just put some glue on there. Yeah, I think I might try to finish this week. It might be very therapeutic for me to do that too. Do something a little bit different. I love it. Okay, let's put that right there. Actually, that didn't come down quite as much as I wanted it to. So let me see if I can stretch it a bit so that we actually get it coming down a little bit further on that cardboard. Okay, there we go. All right, let's glue this on, and then we're just going to put our little word on. I've got another piece of cardboard to put that on, which we may or may not use. We'll see. I'm going to use my white glue to just get a little bit of glue on that. These little tails of the bookmark. Okay. And we'll set her right there. Right there. Can't even really see them, can we? Oh, this is fun. So I hope that you guys can see how when I talk a lot as an artist, I talk a lot about composition. I talk a lot about the elements, repeating colors, and this is how you get there. So it is a practice. It doesn't come automatically. But I think this would be fun, this wander, because it would bring out the red, but it's awfully big. I wonder if I have it in a smaller one. Let me look here. I think that's the same size. That is already the shrunk down version. So let's see if there's a different one we might like. Let me bring these over so you can see some of these elements. So Seek would be fun as well. We could use some eyelets in there. Not eyelets, but, well, eyelets would be good too. Or brads, but I need something kind of small. Our cover is small in terms of the space that we have left to work with. So see, there's the wander that's really big. I think we'll use Seek. And let's just go ahead and use eyelets because I already have them out. So, just trim that terrible fussy cut. I've been doing a lot of fussy cutting because it's a good thing to do when you feel a little lost. I don't very rarely feel really lost in my life or lost in my home, but I have these last few days. It's been tough. So I'm going to go ahead and put some holes where those things are. And we're going to put a couple of eyelets. That one's not in the center. What? I'm just going to go with it though. It'll cover it up, that white bit. It didn't quite punch, the dot was off. So, oh yeah, that's perfect. Painted a whole nother piece of cardboard. I wonder what happened to it. It's very strange. It's not anywhere here. I wonder if it fell on the floor. Well, maybe that's a sign. Maybe we don't need it. Maybe we don't need it. But it was just a piece of corrugated cardboard that it was probably too big now at this point anyway. But sometimes it's nice to put it on. Oh, this looks actually really kind of cool there, doesn't it? Or we could go up here. Yeah, let's put it up there. Perfecto, right there. Okay. And then we're going to be done, guys. So thank you, Your Creative Studio. I did buy some. They were on clearance for like 12 bucks. These stackable trays that close. You know, they have the snap closure. And I went ahead and I put all of my Your Creative Studio stuff in that. Other than the stamps. I still need to do the stamps. I think they're in my stamp drawer. So that I can have the Your Creative Studio stuff all together and I can just bring it over and set it by me to use it for things. So I think we're going to go ahead and put that right there. I don't want to cover up that green stamp. And I'm just picking this up so I can make sure it doesn't look crooked. Oh, that's lovely. That is it, guys. I love how it turned out. So I'm not sure on this. I might put another piece of paper underneath it because I feel like it needs something now to draw these colors into the cover. So I'll work on that, but you'll be able to follow along and see that later on down the road. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care. Bye-bye.